I think we could microwave and turn one eye on. We do 2 eyes at a time, and so
Black household coming up in poverty. How many eyes you need on? What you
and one for the curling eye and one for the. And,
all right, but we wasn't running the vacuum and microwave.
Yeah,
right.
Had to microwave the water for the bath and carry it upstairs. Well, there were no stairs. We had a ladder, so we had to walk up a ladder with a bucket of hot water, and you have to do it enough.
Well, why was you living like this?
It was broke. That's a different level. That's a different level of broke.
I mean, people got to start explaining the brokes they are. Because, I rapped my whole career talking about how broke I was coming up. And my mom's called me one day like, hey, yo, if you don't shut the fuck up with all that, you was middle class.
Yeah, because, my dad, the way he grew up was worse than how we was growing up. And it was still, I still looked at it like, this is insane. These are insane conditions. But I was used to it, so nothing will ever be as hard as that ever. There's nothing I can complain about. Waking up early, and it's funny because I used to have to get up because I was in Magnet. So, and that's the thing.
Magnet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a doof. You were a Magnet kid? Yeah, you can't get left back and be a Magnet.
I know, grew up in the hood, but that's why my music is so universal, because I got to see
both sides.
Both sides of it. And so it's funny because I used to get up at 6 a.m. every day, 5 a.m. and then thinking, man, once I make it a rap, I can do what I want. Psh, you still got to get up at 5 a.m. to catch flights and go to shows. It's like the same shit. But except you're doing what you want to do.
So you get signed.
Yeah.
You coming off all of this, you get signed, and you're signed where?
Atlantic.
Okay.
It was like a joint venture with Grand Hustle, Rebel Rock, and Atlantic Records. Jim Johnson was Rebel Rock.
Well, who signed you?
It's a bit of a love triangle type of thing. I went to
music business.
Yeah, because I was in cahoots with Grand Hustle when I was still in high school trying to look for a deal. But I wasn't signed yet. I was just like, when you up and coming before you got a song, you'll put me on. It's one of them type deal. Put me on. So I went to Miami and fucked with Jim Johnson on some music shit. And it ended up being, because Grand Hustle was an imprint on Atlantic at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so we worked something out, basically. Long story short.
Get out of town.
Yep. Yes. And so at 17, man, I'm just straight traveling the world at this time. And it's I never had to had to get up and bust my ass and sit in traffic and have a, 9 to 5. But at the same time, being signed so young and just boom, then having two number one top 10 hit records.
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Insane.
Well, before I get to that, I'll ask you this. Do you think there's a correlation between artists who came up impoverished and you guys with these rapper chains?
Is there a correlation?
I'm asking if you believe there to be one.
Well, I didn't always have rappers.
And that's a nice chain.
I didn't always have rapper chains. But
well, I know, you didn't have a window. Can't have a chain without a window.
But even with Nothing on You with airplanes, all that shit, I never got chain. I never got
Why?
I don't know. I'm a car guy. I started getting into cars and shit like that. But, when I got the call that this interview was confirmed, I was like, I gotta go get a rapper chain now.
Fuck. If you don't knock it off.
And my tallest turtleneck.
Yo, I think that's a nice turtleneck. You look real fucking good, man.
I mean, hey, man.
That's another reason I like how these pull-ups are very unconventional.
Yeah.
They are not traditional at all. And part of the reason I enjoy doing so is outside of the fact that artists get a chance to get into their bag and other people don't be giving a fuck about that, I get to look at the people.
Yeah.
That
and you
we
was once an artist.
Huh?
And you were once an artist, so
I know what we care about, what we don't care about. I know what we want to really talk about,
Yeah.
where we don't want to go. Now, I ain't seen you in much press.
Yeah,
And that's why you just ill to me.
I just don't like talking to everybody. Like
B.O.B is great.
this is real. Like in real life, I talk to who I like talking to. I just don't like pretending to be on camera talking to somebody that I wouldn't talk to in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you think that is hindered? Do you think that's hindered your process or your journey at all?
well, like now I'm at the point where I can pick and choose like what to do, but before when you learn it, 17 coming out of high school, man, like shit. I'm like a deer in headlights, like, man, like shit. You in places with like billionaires and you doing like you on private jets all of a sudden. You flying from the European British Awards, chilling with Kid Rock, or now you on tour with Rihanna. I'm like, dang, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like just insane. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you can't really be picky. Like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So I did everything at the beginning, you know what I mean? But now it's like, when you start to refine how you move, I'll say, you kind of like, you can pinpoint where you're excellent at. Like,
Yes.
That's what I'm about now.
And
You know what I
focused
mean? Yeah.
So where have you pinpointed that excellence to be today versus where you thought it may have been at that time?
It's interesting you say that because like this whole like emo wave with trap emo, I was like the pioneer of like, I don't want to say pioneer, but
Say that shit. If you don't say it, I'm gonna
like
say it.
I was fucking playing the guitar on stage. Like
I think this is a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. But see, I went into pop music as opposed to like trap emo rock. And so that's where all the Lil Uzi Verts and the Juice WRLDs.
Was that by choice?
To be honest with you,
That's what we're here to do.
I didn't even like, I didn't really look at it like that at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was literally trying to make rock music. Like I wasn't trying to make trap emo, you know what I'm saying? Like I was literally on the third, you know what I'm saying? Like I always said I always told my label I wanted to do a song with Paramore. And they was always like, you wanna do a song, you wanna do a rock with a rock group? And fucking ended up doing a song with Haley. Fucking crazy, bro.
How did those two huge records come about? Because if you were making one style of music, but clearly had the ability to, let me give them this real quick over here.
It was a real.
Because niggas like us we was hating. I'm just here to keep it a bean.
I remember I met Lloyd Banks backstage at a I think it was a Jingle Ball or something. It was some show in New York. Mm-hmm. And he was like, so you B.O.B. He was like, you the reason I'm not number one right now.
It's true.
It's
true.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. And that's why, it's just an interesting relation. It's interesting for me to hear things from your perspective because over here, like, it was the pressure of, nigga, you better come up with a record. You see what's going on. It's like, wait, hold on. Wait. All right. Let me go to the studio and I'm gonna come up with a little beautiful girl. And then by the time you hit the studio and there's airplanes. I'm like, whoa! Nah, it's a cheat code. There's something happening over there that Banks, me, as a few of us, we just weren't privy to. So to hear, this is great.
But look
what?
But now pop music is trap music now.
Yeah, that's where it was then. That's in the era, that's why they put Wale with Gaga back then before he got into his creative bag. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why every time you hear Ariana Grande, it's Nicki or somebody, some black cultural person on the song. Yeah. That's why Ed Sheeran's album had all of the
all
features
yeah.
that it had. I would talk about Post Malone, but I'm not. That's my nigga, and that album is amazing. It's performing amazing, so there's no need to speak on him. He continues to deliver. But what I'm saying is, this ain't nothing new.
It's not
Ain't
nothing
nothing new under the sun.
I mean, yeah, it's the same shit's been happening since blues, jazz, rock and roll. You know how it goes. But
because of your meteoric start,
yeah.
when it seemingly got quiet, I was glued. Because I was experiencing something that, and from my perspective, was similar to a lesser degree. Hot song, known everywhere, real quick start out the gate, young, internal problems, label stuff. Okay, now it's quieting down, and now I'm back to fending for myself versus the public.
Yeah.
So I was glued to just
the story of it.
Yeah. And then you had label beef.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
We can talk about it.
I love label beef. That's one of my favorite things to discuss.
But like,
because they'll paint you as crazy.
Yeah, they will. Well, I mean, I'm a crazy motherfucker, man.
Every genius artist
you can't make music to shake up the world
and not be crazy
and not color outside the lines. Like, you gotta. You want good music? What you want?
We're coloring outside the lines.
And but see, like the label beef. See, this the thing. You have to be very privy on how the music business works.
Nobody is. Well, the consumers are not.
If you're an artist, at least, you know what I mean?
Well, and the artists are not normally.
And I know they're not, because I had to learn shit. I'm pretty positive most artists don't learn.
We learn by getting fucked.
Exactly. Yeah. If you haven't been no KY, no Vaseline, you're not good.
Pause, but yeah. No, I totally understand.
Like, for real, man, like you are not gonna know. You're never gonna know. The most successful artist to the most underground successful artist. Actually, to be honest with you, independent artists probably understand what I had to understand through all the years where you go through the label beef and you don't realize why things aren't working. Like, why is this not working exactly how? Wait a minute. And then, but it's about how much you want to know. Like, how bad do you want to know? And like,
talk about it now.
And that shit, you can't. If you got too much ego, you're never gonna know. Never gonna find out. And that's what I've been doing. So
they know that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, like
you ain't answered the question.
You've been figuring the shit out.
But what was in hindsight? Because maybe at the time you don't even know what all the beefs are.
Yeah.
In hindsight, what was your main beef? Because it seemed like somebody just cook up in their sleep could just continue to. I'm gonna just give it to you. Like, y'all gonna fuck this up, and I'm going.
The main beefs is like really because you have the label and they're like, look, if you want hits on the radio, pick from this basket.
Stop right there. And that's why this is an interesting conversation, because you have to look at where Atlantic stands today. And the type of artists that they target today, how those artists stream today. You have to pay attention to the music farm allegations. But listening to you, Atlantic was setting up for this very early. It's either radio or dominate streaming, and if you're not, we're not going to focus. Is that what you're saying?
Well, more so on the creative side.
If I'm you, I'm saying, how am I not getting focus and attention when I have done this already? And to that, they say what?
Well, I didn't do the 360 deal. And to be honest with you, back then, if I would have understood a little bit more, maybe I would have did it. Yeah, maybe I would have.
Because now the label is incentivized with you.
Yes. Now it's like, if anybody's getting the bag, we all get, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get a bag, you know what I mean? So,
well, that was when 360s were kind of new?
Yeah, that's when they was brand spanking new. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not new to this. Why y'all coming to me with this? What's this? You know what I mean? And so, for me, my beef was always creative. You know what I mean? And when you have creative differences with the label, then you know, it's like it kind of puts a screeching halt to a lot of shit. But see, also like me as an artist, it's like you go through you go through a personal journey, but also it reflects through your music. Like for example, in Nothing on You, when I put that cardigan and the Malcolm X shades glasses on, to me in my head, it's like, okay, this is the look for this video.
Yeah.
I didn't know
this is my look.
Yeah, like this is my look. Like this is who I am to the world now. And so I always had an issue with that. I was like, man, like this ain't even and if you follow my videos now, like I fucking dress up all the fucking time. Like Mr. I think if I had one more outfit, I would have had the world record for most looks in the video. I think Taylor Swift beat me by like one look.
Because what did she have, 46 or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was a high number.
It was like one more outfit I would have had the record. But, you know, I do different looks all the time. Like the Soul Glow video, Coming to America. You know what I mean? So when I did the Nothing on You video, I was like, I didn't know it was going to brand such a, you know what I mean? Be such a brand, such a stamp, a staple. You know what I mean? I'm like performing for the president and shit. Like, man, like, how the fuck?
No, you did that shit. That's
Yeah,
how.
man. And so you know, basically, man, it's like it's all the story. You know what I mean? Like what I've been doing this whole time. It's like I run into people in the airport when I'm out ordering food, when I'm going through the drive-thru. They be like, man, when you gonna drop some new music? And I'll be like, I just I just put out the Southmatic project with it's got all these hip-hop samples on it. And I mean, not just hip-hop, but like I'm sampling like LL Cool J, Michael Jackson. I did a song with Grandmaster Caz on there. You know, it was because I study everything, man. You know what I mean? I've been studying the music business. I've been studying hip hop, where the shit came from, all of that shit, man. Like shit that you probably wouldn't even know. Like I don't even know if people in my age group really even.
They don't really go back.
Yeah, they don't really go back. But like just me going back like 40 years. I mean, obviously it's like, you know, it started about 40 years ago, but like that shit is insane. The shit that I was learning about how the business worked and how the same shit that happened back then is still happening now. It's just, you know, now we on streaming.
Now it's being framed differently, but
Yeah.
same results.
Yeah. Same shit.
Well, as you obsess over these things, do you ever come up with a solution?
Oh yeah. I found the solution. This is a part of the solution. Sitting down talking with you.
100%.
You know?
100%.
But yeah, I found...
I say all the time, I wish these types of outlets would have been available when I was 21, just so I could hear you say this, or just so I could hear me tell another artist my story so they could kind of know what to look for, what not to look for. I love that this type of shit exists today, where the new niggas could listen and be like, you know what? Got you. I'm gonna do it this way.
Cause I'm the middle child. Like I'm in between the old school and trap era. Why was that so funny?
It's funny today because I guess I understand why they look at me like I'm 50 years old. As I'm listening to you talk, for me, you've been out forever. But you ain't really been out.
I'm like slick OG, like low-key OG.
Yeah, like you've been around. OG. But you 30, you look great, and your ability is as high as it's ever been. You're probably in the best deal that you've ever been in.
Oh, exactly, because I'm 100% independent, 100%.
Talk about it. That shit is important.
Man, it's like the best. But see, but like this the thing.
That deal make me want to sneak an album out. It do.
Independent it only works if you know how to do it. I wouldn't just be like, you know, depending on what you know, I'd be like, yeah, you need the 360 deal. Like, do that. Don't fuck yourself over trying to be independent out here. Like,
because what you're saying is everybody's not built for
everybody's
that.
not built to be independent. You know what I mean? And
well, walk me through what some of that is. Tell what is some of that?
I mean, you just have to understand. You have to understand today's marketplace. You know what I mean? You have to understand. You have to really understand where you're excellent at. You know what I mean? Like you, like I feel like you've been killing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Knowing where you're excellent at, and I feel like to be independent, you have to like Master P. He was like, I'm gonna get every fucking Source magazine ad for like I don't know how many years, and he just kept doing that shit. And I think when I was in third grade, I think there was like 50 No Limit albums out. And I was like, how are they recording this many albums?
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was just like it's like that. Like I use that as an example because there's really no just overall, like this is how you gonna do it with independent. You know what I mean? Because that is shit. If I do that, or if anybody do it, you just be fucking wham, wham, wham. And so, you know, for me, I focus on who's fucking with me, to put it simply. Like, find your audience, find who's fucking with you, and fucking go to town. You know what I mean?
How difficult of a job does your publicist have today? Listen, artist-publicist relationship is very important. And I only ask you that. I have a publicist today, but it's like a team of them, and they like uppity now. So it's cool. But in my publicist journey, I've had a few that we didn't click. Because I'm not gonna click with every publicist because I don't wanna talk to everybody. I don't give a fuck how many impressions this site gets. I don't give a fuck who he interviewed last night. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, impressions is like not even.
Yo, fam, if you gotta come to me and tell me that I should do something and then bring me the impressions too, I know that's your job, but creatively, I don't give a fuck about the impressions.
Yeah, impressions is not even a real thing. Like I recently learned that that's bullshit anyway. Like impressions it's not even impressions.
Listen.
But yeah, like my publicist has a tough job. You know what I mean? I gotta give it to her because I'm a wild card, man. I'm unhinged. Like I color outside the lines. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's
that recent rant of yours is arguably the greatest rant that I have seen on the internet.
To my ungrateful coon.
This decade, yes. Yes. You fucking ungrateful coons. Leave me alone.
I mean, I was drunk, but
oh, that's when the best rants come out.
That's when they're the best.
When you just drunk alone in the room.
And like I didn't like when it came out, I ain't look at it because I was like,
no, you never want to see yourself.
You never
drunk.
want to see yourself. It's like I did what?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. 2 days went by. I looked at it, and I was like, this shit is kind of funny.
It's fire.
This shit is
it's
hilarious.
fire. You went off. But I guess it resonated with me so much because as artists, you kind of, that lives inside all us, where you just want to, I'm going to let y'all know something real quick, and then I'm done. Oh, I had a blast with that one.
Yeah, it's just people got to know the context.
Damn, that wasn't on your YouTube series? Oh, you fucking shit up. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? You spending the church's money.
Funny because it's true, season 2 on the way.
Well, it ain't gonna mean nothing if you put all the fire shit on the free places.
Well, hey man, it's a lot more rants that could happen probably. Who knows?
I agree with that. Tell me about the YouTube series.
The YouTube series is funny because it's true. It's just
and how many episodes in season?
Season 1. Okay, season 1 was 6 episodes. I think 6, 7, something like that. But it's just like a look into my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sold already. I'm into this.
On all aspects. But like I was still I'm trying to
all
I'm still
aspects.
Figuring out.
You gonna see some personal life stuff in there?
Oh yeah.
Relationship stuff in there?
Yeah, if you want to call it that, yeah.
Is there a relationship?
I mean, My girls have girlfriends. I mean, it's kind of sad because they got more than I do, actually.
Now we are heating up, baby. God damn it, I need to be a rapper again. My girlfriend got girlfriends. Does that work out? Now, see, now this is interesting to me.
Bro, you know, look, no matter how many females are in a situation, happy wife, happy life. Always.
How can you make more than one of them happy at the same time? Well, that's some good dick shit. I'm out of this. I'm out of this one. All right, cool. So we might see a little bit of some of that on
Season 2 is coming, yeah, man. And you know, it's just because, you know, I'm a little unorthodox, so I'm trying to I'm pinpointing where I'm excellent at, the expertise.
How are you liking this so far?
I mean, it's just like, it's kind of like I'm independent. There's no boundaries. So it's like a kid in a candy store. So that's when you really gotta like be strategic. Cause you could just end up tiring yourself out, running everywhere, you know what I mean? Then I'm 30 now, like, you know.
Listen, enough with all of this rambling that you're doing. Everything that I hear you saying is saying, no, my mental health is first. That's what I hear when you speak.
You say, no, I'm in the office first?
No, my mental health is first. Hey, how you like this YouTube series?
Oh, okay.
How you like this YouTube series? You know, I enjoy it. It does. It's the creative portion of that is not your main thing. When I asked you about this independent thing, first thing you said, everybody ain't built for it. You got to know. That says to me, mental health first. I know.
Oh, yeah. You got to be, I mean, to be honest, it's a lot of shit that I probably did to put myself in a place to be mentally sound and, you know, to be...
Like out a window.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't you have to? You have to put yourself in this place, no?
Like, it dawned on me a couple days ago. It's like, man, like, it's like subconsciously, like, all that flat earth shit was probably to try to shatter the false image I felt the public had of me. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, I went so far but I didn't really feel like motherfuckers knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a whole string of mixtapes and a whole core fan base that was just like, and airplanes, nothing on you, Adventures of Bobby Ray. And so I was like, man, like, at the end of the day, there's no amount of success that's worth mental clarity. You know what I mean? And now I have such a place of mental clarity. You know, really, like, if I knew all the flat earth shit was gonna be such a lightning rod, I would have just stuck to Eggplant Friday. Like, the girls seem to like that.
That flat earth shit did kind of tear shit up. But it wasn't just you, it was a few of y'all.
Yeah, there's a few people. But you know, at the end of the day, like, I think everything is a journey to get to a certain place to where it just, you know, it's like, eureka. It's like that eureka moment. And in this particular story, it happens for everybody to see it. You know what I mean? It happens in the foreground, whereas another artist, it may just happen behind the scenes. You know, you may never know. You may just be like, you know, like Adele. Adele drop an album and then disappear, go live her life, and then come back, boom, disappear. Come back, boom. You know what I'm saying?
If I sold as many records as Adele,
yeah.
I would have that luxury as well.
But I just, you know, I like to get into all kind of shit. So, you know what I mean?
Where's your relationship with T.I. now? I know you spoke about Grand Hustle earlier.
Yeah. Me and Tip are brothers, man. Like, before anything else, you know, like, it's just certain relationships you have that go beyond business, and you know, it's family. You know what I mean? It's really family. Like, you know, anytime I pull up on him or we cross paths, like, we still talk occasionally. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, even if we don't talk for 5 years or 10 years, if I call him, it's exactly where it left off at. You know what I mean? And those type of relationships are rare
Priceless.
and priceless. So,
are you watching any of the stuff going on with him versus Iggy?
I've seen some tweets. Kind of funny.
That's all you got?
I mean, you know, I've actually worked with Iggy in the studio a couple times, and you know what it is, man. It's just when you see somebody and when you know somebody before they blow up and become famous, you know, you want to have that same relationship afterwards.
And sometimes it doesn't.
And sometimes it don't work out that way. And
well said.
And
that was a very mature way to say how I heard that.
I mean, but it's like that's life though. It's like you know how many artists I knew before they blew up, but I can't get them on the phone. But if I hit a complete stranger, I can get a favor from. When I say complete stranger, like an artist that I don't know. But that's just life. That's how it is. I'm pretty sure there's people that maybe try to hit me up or reach out, and maybe I'm a little too inaccessible. And they're probably like, man, this nigga Hollywood, man.
Well, is that purposely done, again, to keep mental health first? I don't want to talk to all of y'all. I'm not going to collaborate with all of y'all.
Perhaps, because I don't focus too much on like what could go wrong or where I'm not going to go. Because I'm so focused on where I'm going and what I want to experience that sometimes if our paths don't intertwine, I probably don't even see or notice the not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to put it simply.
So where do you see independent B.O.B. going in the next 5 years?
Shit, man, like to be honest, I'm in such a great place. Shit, just growth. You know what I mean? I see myself getting into
Well, what is growth when you're in a great place?
Growth is not just making more money. Growth is like when you can employ people. Like I used to want to be rich, but now being able to employ people and make other people rich and put other people on, that's even more powerful than money.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
So that's the type of growth I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The ability to change lives. Like, I remember when I was in Hong Kong doing a show, and I was in a room with the CEOs of, what were they, the CEOs of Samsung or some shit? Yo, they got so much money. They're like, if they spend or put their money in a certain place, they could fuck up the economy. Like, that's insane.
That's sexy.
That's beautiful.
All right. Well, how do we plan on executing this? What's the plan? I'm trying to find out how in this era of having to put out a high output of, I won't say music, content, and you're clearly on that path. How high a frequency do you plan on going with that in these next few years?
I mean, you gotta really let your instincts kick in. That's what I've been learning, bro.
No. I'm not gonna allow it. I will not allow it. Stop it right this second with this vague bullshit. 5 minutes ago, you said to me that it used to be a little heavy knowing that you've accomplished so much and that the people don't really get it. You said that. I ain't making this up.
Oh, well, I mean, it's simple.
So if you have felt that way before, I don't know how long ago, and today I'm saying, all right, how we going about that? No, man, I got a plan. No, there's a chip. There's a chip there that you trying to play cool about, but the chip is still there.
The first rule of business is to not tell everything that you know.
That's true.
But I will say, you gotta put shit in people's face. Like you can't let them
decide.
You
can't let them decide.
You can't let them not see it. You can't give them a choice. It's like, this is the shit. You know it's the shit. I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. I don't give a fuck what I said. You know the shit is jamming. And that's it. album coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. You know, it's kind of like the salute. I mean, it just seems like the less you give a fuck, man, like, and you hear this shit your whole life. You know what I'm saying? You see it your whole life. You see Muhammad Ali. You see motherfuckers who the less fuck they give, they just like, man, shit just be working out. And it's not about like not being strategic, because you still got to be strategic. But
it's all in the planning, yeah.
It's all in the planning, and then it's timing. Like, it's certain shit you can be successful at, but then it's certain shit that's just, this is just timing. This is just some magical divine shit happening. Like, I remember looking at the fucking plaque in my house, and I had the #1 and the #2 song. I was like, you can't just fucking, you can't just make, that's some whole other shit there.
That's a different type of stunt.
That's a different type of...
That's a different stunt. Like, you got to sit back and really focus on that type of stunt.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Most money you made during that run? I'm asking.
At a show?
In a year.
To be honest with you,
Your business accountant robbed you.
I can't remember, but...
Your manager robbed you.
I'll say this. I had $5 million in expenses 1 year. And that's expenses.
You?
Me alone.
B.O.B?
B.O.B had
the person?
Yes. Had $5 million in expenses 1 year.
God, shit. All right.
How was the walk?
I'm done.
Caught a breeze.
Man, go ahead and buy a chain, nigga.
that shit, I was like, damn, like, in expenses.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean,
so you was running through shit, is what that says. You was blowing some shit.
Yo, I used to get...
I ain't hearing that in the story. Hey, I got rich and I got broke.
Yo, I used to get an extra hotel room just to put my clothes in, just to change it.
Man, why not, man? Yo, you know what, book the fucking whole floor, man. I'm bringing my closet, man. That's how I feel today. Yo,
just to change, bro.
When Slaughterhouse went on tour with Strange Music, we went on tour with Tech Nine.
Yeah.
And this nigga was, I don't know if it was Tech or Travis. Hi, Tech and Travis. Love you guys. But somehow, Tech Nine's Maybach came with us everywhere he went. It's the same thing I kind of see Khaled do now with his drop-top Maybach. And all I ever think is, yo, that shit ain't cheap. This ain't cheap.
But you know, that's what we, you know, it's like...
Oh, so you ain't been in no relationship your whole time in this music business. Now I can hear
it. I mean, this shit's been
time
a sweet ride. I mean, because it's like your career is an extra person. It's like I'm me, and then there's B.O.B too.
Yeah.
So,
and somebody has to be able to account for both of them and handle both.
Yeah, I mean, and then you gotta have fun with this shit too. Like you can't let it. You gotta keep your ego in check. You can't be subservient to your ego. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to play the game, man.
I agree.
Keep your head above water.
This may be a personal question. You don't have to answer it if you do not like. Are you in therapy?
You think I need therapy?
That's not what I said. I said, are you in?
That was defensive.
Yes.
You think I need therapy?
that was defensive.
I mean, I'm a crazy motherfucker, man.
We have to dispel that.
Why?
We have to dispel that. First of all, normalcy is ordinary. Mm-hmm. It's boring. So the fact that you got to keep telling us you crazy, no, we crazy. They got to deal with that. It ain't for me to have to explain to you. You're going to find out what time it is when I sit down. So fuck that. We have to dispel the stigma that black people go to therapy because something is wrong.
Yeah, like, I really don't think that... I feel like if you if you judge a bird on its ability to swim in the water, or if you judge a fish on its ability to fly, you're just kind of doing an injustice to its whole existence. And I'm a chaotic individual, so I'm doing a fucking amazing job living in a society that is structured
with y'all, yeah.
It's like, man, fucking, this is brilliant.
It's so funny that you mentioned the structure of society.
Yeah.
As I'm aging, I learn more about it. How do you view that structure?
I mean, you know, it's a school for few, but a prison for many. You know what I mean?
Some would argue school is prison as well.
Well, it depends on what you use it for. Like when I was in school, I was selling snacks, and I actually got up to like making $120 a day. I was making more than my dad was making at work. And then I thought to myself, like, this is insane. I'm going to school so I can graduate and go to work, but I'm actually making more money than my dad is making at work. And I came home one day, I remember when I had this conversation, I was like, yo, I just made $120 at school today. He looked at me and laughed. He said, that's more than I made today. So I always kind of looked at the structure of things as like, I mean, you could just, if you understand how to finesse your situation, you could, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was in high school, like, doing that shit. So, you know, I think the structure is there for who needs the structure.
Yeah, it's like the kids who be 17 and watch the Army commercial, then they go want to run to the Army. But nigga, fuck you want to be in the Army for? That shit ain't for a 17-year-old, that commercial. They doing push-ups in the sand. That ain't what it's really like.
Oh, yeah, like, and I did military
They used to be so proud, too.
Yeah, I did military tours.
Well, you didn't have windows.
Yeah.
You should have wanted to go to the military. The commercials was outdoors.
That's me? Nah, no fucking way, bro.
When I hear how you describe your upbringing, yeah, it sounds like an escape.
But you know what's funny? After growing up like that, then for vacation, then I go to fucking camp in Sedona and be outside with no doors or windows and starting fires. I think that shit is
Or to the
hilarious.
Fire Reef Festival.
Oh yeah, talking about the Fire Island?
Yeah, don't worry about it. These are Fendi's.
Oh, the flex. Oh shit. Well, sir,
That's not a flex. You just said to me you spent $5 million. You had $5 million in expenses. Me telling you about my Fendi shoes, that ain't really a flex. And I didn't even know they was Fendi's. That's how unfamiliar I am with high-end brands. I didn't know these was Fendi's. I had to look inside these shits.
I think it's like a flex when you don't know though. You're like, hold on, what? Oh, this is Montclair.
You know
Didn't even notice.
Yo, you know what happened? The same way that we have, the same way that women will give you their height with and without heels. Like, I put these shits on, and what I learned as a man, and maybe this means I'm insecure, man, I really like the extra height that these little platform things. Yo, once I learned that, I went and bought every McQueen, everything with the little platform. What's good? 6'3", what's up? 6'3". So I'm 6'3" out here.
These motherfuckers got some height on them as well.
No. I see all of this this big money shit. Don't try to say zoom in on the hill. Zoom in on all this big money shit over here. Take that, Atlantic.
Yo.
Take that, Mike Kaiser, Julian Craig. The fuck out of here.
I fuck with Julie though. She cool
I fuck with Julie. I fuck with Craig.
Julie's a real one.
I fuck with all of them over there. They gave me my start, with the exception of Craig, because they was at Def Jam.
Yo, you was on Atlantic?
No, I was on Def Jam.
Oh, got you.
And had I known that Def Jam was like the little brother, like everybody's under Universal, and Def Jam was the little brother.
But like to me, like that shit's crazy because I always looked at it like fucking Def Jam, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that is marketing, the same way the American flag is marketing.
Exactly.
Yo,
they put your fucking kids in school and make them pledge allegiance to that shit.
Yeah.
That's like,
it's sick
that's
shit.
psychological warfare, bro.
It's all psychological warfare. Like, why would I want to stay in school? You're not teaching me about my culture here.
Because if I had it my way, I put my album on a flag and make all the kids sing my song every...
Or if you just knew the origin of the flag and the song as a kid, you maybe not gonna stand up and salute. But back to my point, all that was marketing because you went back and did the research and I was watching it. I was watching Method Man, LL, like the history of Def Jam.
Yeah.
If you are MC, you wanna be a part of that until you get there and realize, oh, y'all are trying to do some other shit. Y'all are trying to do some new shit. It ain't really about that hip hop flag. It's about monetization.
Oh, yeah.
And as a young nigga, I had no idea about that. So yeah, I'm looking over at Atlantic. Niggas was knocking them out the fucking park. I had to look at you. I had to look at, when I was trying to come up with focus, they was pointing me to the BDS of Cassidy Hotel.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Yeah, I remember.
A monster. You gotta give me my room key. And I was angry about that. I'll be honest with you. I had resentments towards all of you niggas.
Yeah.
Because I came out, and I feel like this is my therapy session now, but I came out.
But why is it you, Nick? Because I have resentment as well.
I resent that.
It's because I had one of them type of songs, one of them.
I resent your resentment. You, Wale, it's a few of y'all that have had like so much radio success. That's like, for me, I don't feel like y'all should be able to feel something like some of the shit that I feel.
But you know what? It's like, okay, if you have a vintage, like now radio success don't really mean that much now.
Radio means nothing today.
Okay, but look, if you have a fucking 74 Mustang, that still means something. Now...
No, this is where you're wrong. This is where I challenge you on that. Because you...
It's about production value or something.
Well, yeah, you make the best with your shot. So what I mean by that is, I got the Def Jam, I didn't know shit about shit, right? I put my biggest record is Pump It Up. Immediately, it's no shelf, it's just, I'm out the gates. Now when me and them go bad, I start at whatever my Pump It Up peak audience was, and however many of y'all I can get to follow me on this journey, so be it. It's part of independence. When you say the same thing, hey, I'm taking whoever from all of that, and now who follow me is who follow me, it's like, nigga, that's all the people in the world under that umbrella. So no, I don't feel like y'all get to feel shortchanged. I don't feel like you get to feel like...
Okay. Yeah. I mean...
That's my industry jadedness coming out.
I mean, but it's like, it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody.
If I was you and Lupe, I would curse Atlantic out every day.
I mean, we both did.
Two people I really admire, both of you.
We both did. Like, he went through it before I did. And he was like...
I know, you were the reason. You Uzi'd Lupe. Is that not something that you acknowledge?
Well, it's like you don't know, you're not consciously doing it when you're in that situation as an artist, and you don't see how the pieces are moving.
Exactly.
You're not aware. You're just like, man, you just got my record deal.
Yeah, you didn't know
my album.
how you having that early success would even have anything to do with affecting Lupe, who was there already, who maybe was going down the same template that you were before, who they were probably trying to force to get a radio record. Didn't Lupe turn down one of those records? That was a rumor.
He did.
Which one?
No, look, let me tell you something. Let me take my jacket off. Is this gonna fuck up the continuity?
No.
If I take my jacket off?
I almost got a whole different hat, but I was like,
I'm trying to give y'all some of this orange too.
Serve these niggas up, man.
Serve y'all niggas some of this orange.
They not ready for this drip.
Yeah, the reason I took my coat off. Both songs, Airplanes and Nothing on You. Okay, let me talk about Nothing on You first.
This nigga caught fucking Bruno.
So look, me and Bruno used to songwrite. Like we used to, we used to work in the studio before he was famous.
I resent you. All right, before
And
you're
look,
famous.
look, and he was. I didn't know
So
he played.
so they put so early, they put y'all, see?
But it wasn't like collab, it was just songwriter.
I know.
But look, like, I think back then I was playing guitar. I picked up the guitar, by the way, when I was 20, 19. I think I was 19.
I know, because that's what they used to tell me anytime I would talk shit about B.O.B. I would talk shit like, yo, man, the fuck this nigga is? Yo, man, you don't know. That nigga does rock. He plays the guitar. I'm like, whoa, all right. You got it. You got it, buddy.
So they put us in the studio. And we were writing songs, so one day we took a smoke break, and this nigga Bruno picks up a guitar, he start playing and singing. I was like, nigga,
record it.
What the fuck are they doing with you? Why they not putting you out too? Like, what the fuck? We working on my album. So fast forward, a song called Nothing on You comes across my desk, but it's a Lupe Fiasco song featuring Bruno Mars.
Lupe smokes that, I think. That's a great idea.
So
was it done?
It was kind of like kind of the likes of the song where he was with the train. We can go to Paris.
Yeah.
So that song. It was supposed to kind of be like that. And so
that's
I
cute.
did a verse on it. I was supposed to be featured on it.
I know, I heard this story before.
You've heard this story, yeah. So I think at the time it was just like.
See, we should all resent you. I think I remember where the story's going.
Okay, but the tables are turned.
No, let's stay here. You did the feature.
All right, let's stay here. So I was just a feature on it at the time, but I think he'd been going back and forth with it with the label so much that it ended up my song. It was like, all right, well, shit, Bob, here. This isn't. Just put another verse on it, and it's your song.
And go.
Yeah. And the same thing happened with Airplanes, but I never heard a Lupe version of Airplanes. That was just like through the grapevine type shit, what I heard about, but
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
That shit is like, I mean, that's like the music industry. And then on the back end, there have been songs.
If you are chosen, then that is the music industry. I have never had Nothing on You come across my desk. I didn't have a desk.
Look,
I didn't have a desk. The songs that came across my shit, I guess, and they never performed the way your songs did, but Cassidy, I'm a Hustler, I had the beat first. So it's just a hard beat. If you want to rap to it,
No,
cool.
but look at this though. Still in This Bitch, produced by Mike Will. I got a beat CD. Do you know all the beats that was on this CD? Rihanna's Pour It Up, Pour It Up? And fucking Bands That Make Her Dance was on the same fucking beat CD. And another Juicy J song, the intro, that Stop It on the intro.
That sound like your EP.
Bro, all this shit was, and I never remember hearing this shit. I was in my basement the other day, I saw a Young Thug demo. And I was like, when the fuck did I meet Young Thug? And this demo's in my house. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's stay there for a second.
Okay.
The Atlanta hierarchy. Because, I mean, I always feel like as a New Yorker, I really have no place to speak about that scene out there. But how do you feel? There is an Atlanta hierarchy. You guys now and for this entire decade, and even a little bit before, have kind of aggressively taken your place in hip hop. Yet when we talk about Atlanta, they very rarely say B.O.B. Now, is that because you were in Decatur and they don't look at, like, I don't know how it's divided out there.
Well, I think it's because,
Is it because of your success? I don't know.
I think it's because, I'm assuming, it's because I've always been so different than any other rapper. Like
they all
nobody can do what I can do, though. I'm a very specific, like, I'm a very, you know the movie Taken, where he's like, look, I have a very specific set of skills and I will find you. Like, I'm that nigga, but I make music. Like, no one can do what I do. Like, I'm a different echelon echelon. Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking whatever. And so, it's like, but remember the list came out. I don't know who fucking makes these lists.
We don't know.
We don't know. The fucking inner circle, whatever.
Now, which list? There's been a lot of lists. The top 50
There
Atlanta.
was the top.
They did a top 50
They did
Atlanta,
a top 50 in
and then
Atlanta.
they did a worst 50.
And then they did the worst 50, which is also a whole like who. And so, but they did a top, I want to say they did a top 20 or something, the most singles sold in Atlanta. And I was still number 8. And I'm like, damn, like, I've been kind of like kicking it off the radar for the past 7 years maybe, and I'm still number 8. I was like, man, I really am like.
But do you take any responsibility for that?
Absolutely, I do, because I think it's beyond the units moved. Because like there have been a lot of songs the same way how Nothing on You came across my desk. There have been a lot of songs that come across my desk that I've turned down, and they've been hits, and I'm glad that I turned them down.
Yeah.
Because they were hits for like really watered down artists. You know what I'm saying? Every check is not, some checks will fuck up your future checks.
Yes.
And I learned that very early on.
I ain't even about to ask you about none of the publishing checks you've received. I don't want to talk about it. What I will ask you is, I'll ask you who your favorite artist is right now, but twofold. Creatively and in business sense.
My favorite artist right now?
Yeah.
Creatively and business?
Yeah, and in business sense, having nothing to do with the creative. Somebody you just look at and say, I admire how they are going about working their business.
My favorite artist creatively probably be Tierra Whack.
Tierra Whack.
Currently.
Fire.
Currently. Because like, she does shit that makes me jealous. And very few artists do that. Like, she be doing shit and I be like, motherfucker, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? And it's funny because I actually got a chance to run into her. Like, I met her.
Me too.
She fine.
What a beautiful person.
Bruh, she real too. It's like, you don't really meet too many artists like that. And when I met her, I was like, I don't want to do a song. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to watch. I'm a fan. I'm just gonna watch.
That's dope.
And so on the business side, artists who I like their business, it's kind of hard to pick one, man, because like when you be around Tech Nine and you see his whole emporium, like this motherfucker.
Compound, all types of shit.
Be like, yo.
Merch factory.
Yo, and it's like, you could be a fucking kingpin in the music biz and no one would even really know like that. You know what I'm saying?
Tech is one of my biggest inspirations as well.
Oh, yeah.
And has been.
And I remember when we around the time we did "Am I Psycho," which is crazy because I made that song in a fucking basement, like on some fucking around shit.
That ain't crazy. That's how the sauce get made, in a basement somewhere.
But it's like, even when I was making sauce, I was like, this some old, you know what I mean?
You have a very rare gift, B.O.B. You do, which affords you the ability to say, hey, even when I was making the sauce, I was putting it over here. But y'all people with that gift, like you've already told us a million times, y'all off a little bit.
Oh yeah, gotta be.
You just gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
But I like that.
And
it's one of the reasons I was very excited about talking to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like we were supposed to talk though.
For ages.
Because when I ran into you in the airport before all of this, and you know.
It's a bad idea. As soon as we get the lights working. now they want to drill some shit.
Speaking of drilling, you ever interview any porn stars? No, I'm just joking.
Well, wait, is this thing still speeding? Yeah. Oh, all right, so we are still speeding. Hey, that's a great segue. You got a future in podcasting. Speaking of drilling, have I ever interviewed any porn stars?
Yeah.
Not
female porn stars. Still active, retired. It don't matter. Shit.
Do they retire or do they just go to Cam Soda? Or like OnlyFans? They start doing their dirt all body lonely. Then I got to start buying tokens and shit.
Oh shit. I don't think they retire.
I've never interviewed a retired porn star, but I would, and I would love to.
Have you thought about it?
No. Interviewing porn stars, it's not the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of porn stars, but
Cause I just think like you know what I'm saying? Like you ask the real questions and like I feel like you could ask, or maybe you should interview them girls, the cucumber girls.
Who are the cucumber girls?
You don't know the girls, remember the girls that I think Boosie put them on his IG. They was at the party down in the cucumbers.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that at that big party in Atlanta.
Yeah.
A few people making fools of themselves with cucumbers. Let me tell you something about Joe B.O.B.
What's up?
I stay far away from where rapper activity is happening. I don't want to be around rappers. I don't want to hang out with rappers. I believe most rappers to not be comfortable with themselves. I believe most rappers to perpetrate a fraud. I believe most rappers to not be in tune or aware with anything outside of self. Self-centered, self-absorbed, self-entitled. So for my protection and my mental health, because I'm off, no, don't put me around the cucumber girls or the rappers that are putting cucumbers in their mouths.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm not like most rappers.
Yeah.
But I will say, it's a sight to see. Not that I've seen it in person.
The cucumber thing?
Yeah, the cucumber girls. There's like 2 of them. I don't know if it's more. I don't know.
You'll impress me when you do it with a dick.
But this, okay, and this is my point.
Hey,
this is my point.
It's plenty of dicks around.
But this is my point. It is.
Pull it, and this is objectifying, so I don't know if I'm cutting this.
It's not objective. It's plenty of girls who are online, on internet, sucking dicks left and right every single day. No one bats an eye. But as soon as one of them gets a cucumber, the world goes crazy.
Because you could do it with a dick. Why are you doing it with a cucumber? And
But see, you can't though, because it's attached to a whole person. She can't just pick up a person and just do all that.
Yeah, but I could plank somewhere. Just tell me how you want me positioned so you can get into your bag. Have you ever paid for vagina? Escorts, companionship?
You mean for birth canal?
No. Well, that's why I said companionship.
Companionship?
Escort. Have you needed to be escorted somewhere?
Yo, you know what's real?
That you'd have. I mean, I do know what's real, but I mean, I'm gonna let you answer.
Okay, well, you know what's realer than real? A lot of bitches that sell vagina, they don't want to sell me vagina, because they be like crushing on. They be wanting to be like, they be wanting to be wifey. They be wanting to date, like for real.
Yeah, nigga, you spent $5 million one year. Yeah, shit, I'm trying to cuddle up. What the hell? He mad at them.
Yo,
nah, they doing it right.
But it's like, don't nobody want to sell me no vagina. And I'm like, yo, what?
Okay, here's a question for you. This will tell me what I need to know. What are some of the money transferring applications that are on your phone?
You know what's great
and
about me?
And this is brought to you by Cash App, which is genius of Joe Budden that they never talk about, that I did a Cash App deal and I be sending girls money through Cash App. Nobody talks about how it's genius. Don't worry about it.
Well,
I got a lot of genius shit that don't be highlighted. A Cash App deal while you are Cash Apping women for their needs.
For the needs.
Hair, nails, feet, shave your legs.
All the needs.
Women be doing all that shit. They gotta do that. They doing new shit now. You click on some Instagram, they're gonna be vacuuming their ass, like doing some shit where they pressing some shit on their thighs, trying to get the cellulite out. All the shit that I really like, they try to remove.
Damn.
Stomachs, cellulite.
Yeah, we ain't tripping on none of this.
You
shit.
have yet to answer either of the questions that I have asked. We just continue to talk.
Okay.
Do you have a money
okay.
transferring application on your phone, number one? Number
I don't.
two,
I actually don't.
so you do not have...
Now, I'm not saying that I don't transfer.
You got too much money.
I'm not saying I don't transfer funds.
You just don't do it through...
I don't do it through my personal... I have somebody to do it for me.
Say less, understand. Well, how did... Well, we'll talk about it.
No fingerprints, no evidence.
Okay, cool. What else do I asked you about Atlanta, the hierarchy? All right, I'm good there. I've asked you about cash apping women for their needs. I'm good there.
And if I've ever purchased any birth canal.
I asked you about purchasing companionship.
I mean, which, it happens. But.
You ain't got to tell me that.
But I'm saying it's
he talking to the king, nigga. I don't pull punches.
But I mean,
it's me. I ain't.
Yo,
what they gonna say?
It's really, but like they really.
What are they gonna say? Like back to the rant, you fucking uncivilized coons.
Ungrateful coons.
Let's stop because we both trying to clean up our images.
All right,
let me see. I did that. Buying puts. Oh, long. Not even long, but the shorter songs and albums. I'm asking you how you feel about this because your discography is extensive. And normally, listen, when niggas got the extensive discographies, that means they can just pin it real quick. And it's whatever. Like you said, I create the sauce, I toss it. But with the pay structure for these songs, the artists are inclined to do the short albums with the 90-second songs. Your last album, you didn't do any of that shit. Self-matic, long.
Yeah.
The Time, I saw a 7-minute song on it at the end.
Yeah.
Extended version. See, I'm into shit like that.
Yeah. I like that type of shit.
So you don't plan on acquiescing to the new format.
if it's necessary for the song to not be long, I mean, I'm with that too, but I mean, I just feel like people's attention span, and I actually to this day have arguments with producers or singers, other creative individuals about how long a song should be.
Oh yeah, I love those arguments.
It's a real thing. It still happens to this day. And
what are some of the answers you get?
It's like, man, stop shortchanging the people. What are people gonna think if they have 10 songs, 9 songs versus 14 songs?
Okay.
And this is what I'm gonna say. And I can't really say what's right or wrong, because sometimes it varies. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just listening to a 7-minute fucking 7-minute song on the way here. I was listening to a 7-minute Spoonie G song on the way
See,
here.
this guy's good.
And I just feel like it should just be what it is all I'm saying. I don't feel like you should try to
do anything.
Just let it be.
Feel like you should let the art dictate.
Yeah, let the art dictate what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, in the summer you're gonna dress different than you dress in the winter. Don't try to make a summertime fit work in the winter and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really don't know what the legal limit is for how short a song can be.
I want to say it's 90 seconds.
I don't think you fact checked it.
I need to fact check that.
Because I was looking and I was like, I don't even see like what, you know what I'm saying? But I mean.
Well, maybe I'm confusing that with BD. How long did a record need to play before it was counted as a spin?
I think it is 90 seconds.
It was 90 seconds, right?
Yeah, it is 90 seconds.
I might have that confused with the streaming.
But, I feel like when it comes to putting together an album, even me, when I'm in the car listening to an album, I'm only gonna listen to wherever I'm driving, I'm not driving a fucking hour somewhere every day.
That's true.
So when I throw on your album, I'm gonna get through the first 7 songs wherever I'm going. So regardless of how, you may have a 10 song, 14, 25 song album, 37 song album. Them first 7 songs, gotta be worth it. And I think that's why motherfuckers are starting to put out just 7, 8 length songs, because they're like, fuck it, this all they're gonna play. It's like when you make a club song that's longer than 2 minutes, it's like no one's gonna hear it.
Yo, I was in this spot the other day, and I think they be trying to just be gracious when they see me in there, so they put Pump It Up on. But like they let the whole record play because they see me sitting there, and it's like, fam, I didn't even know this song had a third verse. I get that y'all trying to be respectful, but Joe Budden don't want to hear the third verse of Pump It Up. I thought y'all would have figured it out by all that play. I was done with the song.
I hate when I don't want.
I was finished.
I don't want to hear my music
in a club.
I don't
want to hear me while I'm there either. But I don't have nothing current either. If I had a current smash, I might be like, play my shit.
Yeah, like if you spinning it in the set and it goes with the set, like if you playing this type of set and you spin in, a hook, a verse, that's cool. Like don't
gas me.
Don't gas me.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I don't think Pump It Up is your Friday 1 a.m. jam.
I didn't come here to hear me.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta hear so much of me when I perform. Yo, ask my team. Whenever they put my music on in the car, I'm like, yo, cut that shit off. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
How else do you escape?
Escape?
Because that is an escape.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Why is it something you have to escape though? Why is it not just like a choice of?
Your entire story that you shared with me answers that question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well,
how else do you escape? That's my one question. My next question is biggest misconception about B.O.B. up to this point.
You escape. Well, I escape. There really isn't an
hard-hitting questions on the Joe Budden pull-up, man. Let me just come. Listen, man, I ain't got time to beat around the bush over here, man. I don't talk to B.O.B. often. He don't do a whole lot of press.
I don't
have it. He's one of them niggas that had a lot of success, so he media trained. You got to get right to it. Escape, nigga. You know what escape mean. You're one of the brighter guys that we have. You and Chameleonaire.
You mean like besides psychedelics? Or what are we talking about?
No, that helps. That helps.
Well,
you talking to the king of that too. Wait, if you had psychedelics, then you ain't never purchased vagina? You never merged the worlds? Boy.
Well, hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You got the nerve to make beautiful girls. You got the nerve.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
The unmitigated gall. Yeah, those are my two questions. Escape.
I mean, I don't feel
psychedelics
I don't
are cool.
feel like there is an escape. You may temporarily suspend something. You may.
Stop that, boys. I'm telling you, he's good. You may temporarily suspend because control is an illusion.
And I can't. I came to Earth to make music.
Okay.
And a lot of birth canal.
No, I know you a hoe. I've already gathered that from this interview. You out here. All right, biggest misconception.
For the record, we can't just say like I'm a hoe. Like, I mean.
No, you got him though.
I don't. It's a perception.
As is everything else in this business.
Yep. I saw the interview you did with I can't remember who it was. He was like, I'm finna get all the bitches now with Joe Budden.
Man, that was Freddie Gibbs, man.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was the reverse. He left this interview and then had a whole lot of drama hit his way. I keep telling people, Joe don't help. Freddie called me the gateway with women, and that don't help. That don't help.
Well,
I'm nothing but a stepping stone.
well, hey, man,
like we all are.
Anyone to help, to help the next person out, I'm cool with it. But I came here to make music, man, and, there's no escape.
This guy is one of the best. All right, wait, my last, psychedelics.
Yeah, what about I did an album called Psychedelic Thoughts. The whole project.
What year was that?
This was during my dispute with Atlantic. So you probably didn't hear about it.
No, I didn't.
But the motherfucker's jamming now. The motherfucker is definitely jamming.
It's good. They ain't get
good.
it, but it's good.
That motherfucker is good.
Oh, so you indulge?
Especially if you're on psychedelics.
Do you indulge, goddamn? This nigga good at tap dancing.
I'm like, well, I'm not trying to.
Hey, you indulge? You know I did an album about psychedelics. Did you hear it? I was beefing with. No, nigga. Do you do it? And we didn't have to get specific.
Well, no. I do want to get specific.
Oh, shit. My middle name is Specific and Anthony.
Psilocybin, which comes from a mushroom that grows out. No, I'm just joking.
I was about to say, you and Mike Tyson are doing better drugs than I ever did.
Yo, real quick, Mike Tyson did a Broadway special?
Recently?
He did a fucking Broadway special and told his whole story by himself. It's him and he's on stage and he fucking murdered that shit. It's insane. You're like, what? Mike Tyson?
He's only been murdering things for my whole life. For real, Mike Tyson's a G and a genius. And I spoke to him recently. I did this podcast, and boy, did I enjoy it. Y'all would have a real good podcast talk, y'all too.
Yo, that would
be. He's one of those minds.
You had him on your show?
I did his.
Okay.
I did his, and what an honor.
Well, not to tap dance, but
No, you tap dancing, come on.
But because you on cameras, you talking about drugs, it'd be like, I don't want, you know what I'm saying?
You just gotta say allegedly.
Allegedly.
That kills us, that
allegedly.
Removes, all you gotta do, say allegedly and don't throw up a gang sign. I don't understand the rappers. If you're in a gang, don't make them throw the Rico on you. Like, no, y'all gotta find out I'm in a gang.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
just
have to find out.
No, nigga. Sorry, buddy.
Well, allegedly, I hear shrooms are good.
You definitely bought some pussy before. Listen, man.
Allegedly.
I think I'm clear. I have learned quite a bit about B.O.B. I want to thank you for coming again. As somebody that does not press me and somebody that hates talking to people, I understand it.
Yeah.
So the fact that you came up here, I super, super appreciate it. Without a project coming.
Well,
you just dropped recently. Oh, yeah, you ain't ready. No, you're not doing that. Oh, he about to spend $5 million again on you niggas. Are you coming out 2020? You want to?
2020. I feel like I have to. Because I have to.
Not on Empire. On Empire, you put an album out and you're just gonna get paid for the next 6 years. You can chill. That's what I tried to do with my first album. It didn't work like that.
But it's good. But see, now I can get people pure music now. Cause it's like it's no stipulations to it. And I got some shit. I'm gonna play some shit after this, we done.
And that is worth the price of admission.
Yes.
That creative freedom, that just internal peace with what you love. I understand that.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, I might have a documentary on the way. Might even have a podcast. Might even have an album. Huh?
Who is managing you these days?
My manager's TJ.
TJ knows what he's doing. I can hear it in the questions you're not answering. And because you're not answering, I'm done speaking to you.
Well, all right, sir.
B.O.B, thank you.
It.
I love you. Before you go, let me just, I'm a good diamond.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Johnny Dane.
Come on, go ahead and show the orange on the inside.
Yeah, show the orange on the inside.
I'm gonna show him a little poverty, a little sheep, a little, I'm gonna show him a little, what we doing? Huh? Maybe I didn't have windows coming up out this bitch. Love, man.
I'm gonna drip on out of here.
Yeah, go ahead and drip on out. Let me keep the lights up for you now.
Which way is the exit?
That way. That way. Yeah, gotta look right now.